Okay, it's August 16th, I think. This time of year, I just get tired of the garden. Everything is half dying and sprawled all over the world. It's just a mess. But things like this. This was a green giant tomato. I'm going to do a taste test for green giant and giant Belgian pink. This plant was like about 8 feet tall, or 7.5, 8 feet tall. Now it bent over because I've got it in small cages. I didn't realize how tall it got. First time I've ever grown it. It's huge. And it was loaded with big tomatoes. One of them I'd picked off before was 1.5 pounds and almost 1.5 pounds. And a couple other ones are just about that big. And I've got one I picked yesterday I'm going to do a taste test with. Here's another green giant. It's very tall and already bending. I can see bending over. They're the two tallest in the garden. It's got some big tomatoes on it. And everything's got nice little spider webs on them. This is bending over already. See this nice big tomato hanging here? That feels like it's just about ripe too. But they split pretty bad. Maybe I'll pick that one. I noticed from before that they do not like to be pulled off. You gotta cut them. Just a moment. So, I don't know how much that one weighs. It's pretty hefty. Now let's get a German pink. I can get to it. It's it's not German pink, it's a giant Belgian pink. Kind of hidden down here. I already picked some of them, so see if this one will come off. Nope. It wants to be cut too. Well, that's probably something good. I'm not sure what it means, but they don't like to be snapped off with ease. Let's go give it a little taste test. Tell you what I'll do. I'm going to try this one that I picked yesterday for the green giant. It's an heirloom, and I'm going to try this giant Belgian pink. I've picked a lot bigger ones, but both of those were the earliest, fastest growing plants that I had. I started from seeds, and they're heirlooms from Baker Creek. Well, the green giant was from Baker Creek. The giant Belgian pink I got somewhere else, and I'm not sure. If it's an heirloom, I'm pretty sure it said. It was supposed to have won taste test. I saw it in various seed catalogs. It's supposed to have won taste test. But let's see if I can cut this one-handed. Get rid of the ant. Okay, that's beautiful. That's a giant Belgian pink. And I'm not sure if it means it's the same as ones I've seen people call them Belgiums, or giant Belgium. But this is giant Belgian pink. And my experience so far, it has had good flavor. Let's cut off some of this part. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. give a little taste test. Excuse the chewing. It's very juicy, good flavor. A little milder than some tomatoes. Good tomato flavor and juicy. With salt, it would really bring out the flavor. Now, even though this is split and stuff, I think it's okay, this green giant. I'm going to try to cut it, give you a look of it. They're just beautiful inside. Check that out, very meaty. You still have a lot of good seeds. I don't like the splitting and cracking, but that could be because I haven't been watering regularly because it was supposed to rain every day. Seems like every time I watered, it would rain. I was afraid they were going to get too much water. So, let me try a little bite of this green giant. They grow really big and tall. They would probably benefit from a higher trellis system where you have string and stuff that you can move and lean them over as they get too tall, like in a high tunnel or something. And I would really like to do that. I'd like to have a high tunnel to do that, but I don't know. They definitely need higher trellising than what I've got. Maybe I should have grown them on my arched trellis out there so they could go up and over, but I didn't. Okay, this is fairly juicy also, and the ones I've tasted before were mild and sweet. For productivity, the green giant has been pretty good. Lots of big tomatoes. Poundage wise, probably as good as most any productive tomato plant. That's pretty good for an heirloom. That's a really good tomato. I think it could have gone just a little longer for ripeness. It's very mild and it's sweet tart, very mild, very good flavor. I'm a person that likes sweet things, so I kind of like the giant Belgian pink a little better, but the green giant is good also. And it's been a favorite for taste, according to the seed catalog, so it'd be worth trying, I think. Just try to keep the watering even and the trellising better than what I did, although it still produced big tomatoes just fine. And that's it. Those were my two fastest growing tomato plants. They weren't the earliest to ripen though. The German lunchbox was the first to ripen, along with Jetstar and Better Boy and Juliet. Here you go, giant Belgian pink and green giant, both heirlooms.